Today is May 28th, but what you say over the next 2 days could change the course of your life. Because on May 30th, the Sun and Mercury will align at the same degree in the sign of Gemini. This is what the ancients called Cazimi, the exact moment Mercury enters the heart of the Sun, and everything you declare, write, or choose to say gets amplified, validated, and turned into directional energy. Cazimi means total clarity. It's when a planet reaches its most precise conjunction with the Sun and gains royal status. The mind becomes king, the word becomes law, the idea becomes destiny. But be careful, Cazimi also burns. If your mind is cluttered, the sunlight won't guide you. It'll expose you. It'll blind you. So, this video is a warning. You have 2 days to clear your mind, organize your speech, and choose what you'll declare. Because on the 30th, everything said, written, or strongly thought will stick to your timeline. Comment 303 if you feel like your mind is burning through doubts to reveal what's real. That's the code for those who choose mental presence over noise. For those who get it, and together they seal it. You've already started to feel it. Thoughts repeating out loud, messages typed before you even think, words slipping out, revealing more than they should. Cazimi hasn't arrived yet, but the field is already forming. The mind is getting ready to be pierced by sunlight, and that means the filters are disappearing. In the coming days, what you think will want to come out. What you say will echo. What you hide will leak. If this is already making sense, hit like and subscribe. It helps YouTube know you want more content like this. This conjunction of the Sun and Mercury is a high-resolution mirror. It shows exactly what your mind truly believes. And it'll do that whether you try to hide it or not. Watch for the reflections. How you talk about yourself. How you react to what others say. How quickly you explain or contradict yourself. Everything is being reflected, and if you don't know how to see yourself, you'll get lost in the image. You say one simple sentence, and it sticks, becomes a recurring thought, becomes a fixed idea, becomes the urge to act. That's not random. It's the field being programmed by your own words. Even before the exact Cazimi, the conjunction already amplifies everything that comes out of your mouth, everything you write with intention, everything you declare out loud, even if it's just to yourself. Solar energy turns language into trajectory. These aren't just words anymore, they're commands. So you need to watch your narrative, the self-deprecating jokes, the defeatist phrases, the I don't know, whatever, I don't think I can. If you keep saying that now, you're signing off on a path with a confusing destination. But if you choose to say what's real, even if you're scared, you're locking in a new route. This conjunction is going to seal it, and what you say will either haunt you or set you free. You feel pressure on your forehead, restlessness, an urge to speak, but you're not quite sure what about, or you talk too much, fast, rushed, and regret it later. These are the symptoms of a mind being pulled into the center of the Sun. Cazimi creates a fusion field between thought and action, between truth and expression. Your body is already responding before the exact date because the mental field is vibrating above average. It feels like you have to solve everything at once, like every sentence you say is a final statement. And in a way, it is. But don't panic. Understand that your mind is burning off distractions. It's clearing the clutter. It's revealing what truly needs to be said. Don't numb this. Don't try to stay calm. Organize what you need to express and wait for the right moment. The temptation will be strong to reply in the heat of the moment, to send that long message, to make a post just to vent, to drop a perfect, not-so-subtle jab. But remember, this isn't just any day, and definitely not just any conjunction. Mercury rules language. The Sun rules visibility. What you write now sticks. What you say to hurt boomerangs back. What you expose gets etched into how others see you, and maybe how you see yourself too. You can use this moment to express yourself with strategic clarity, or to dig a hole that's hard to climb out of. Be honest, but don't be reactive. You're not just saying something, you're recording a version of yourself, and it can either lift you up or weigh you down. Not all clarity is truth. Not all intelligence is wisdom. Not every direct statement comes from a clean place. The sun illuminates, but the ego, under too much light, starts to shine too hard. That's the risk of this conjunction. Using a sharp mind to win arguments, control narratives, manipulate outcomes. You catch yourself wanting to argue more than listen, wanting to be right, not at peace, wanting to dominate with logic, not connect through presence. The ego will try to use this energy to sound wise, to justify, to win. But the field feels it. If what you say comes from vanity, competition, or fear of losing, it'll ring false. Even if it makes sense, you might convince. But you'll repel, you'll exhaust, you'll drain yourself. Today isn't about winning debates. It's about declaring what's real. Even if no one claps, you're living inside phrases you've repeated for so long. They've become your habitat. They're no longer just thoughts. They're mental structures, invisible walls made of language. I'm just not good at this. It's no use trying. That's just how I am. Sounds harmless, but every time you repeat that, even as a joke or event, you're reaffirming a vibrational contract. The conjunction of the Sun and Mercury doesn't overlook unconscious repetition. It turns your words into energetic law. And what you say in the next few days, even as an exaggeration, could become the vibrational mold of your reality. That's why you need to treat every word like a command, because that's exactly what it is. But that also means power, because you can now choose phrases that open paths, even if you don't feel 100% ready, even if they sound too bold. Try, I allow life to surprise me. I'm ready for a new cycle. I don't need to shrink myself anymore. This isn't just positive thinking, it's mental architecture. During Cazimi, every phrase becomes either a foundation dash or a cage. You choose. Not everything will be said with words, but everything will be communicated. The conjunction of the Sun and Mercury in Gemini sharpens the psychic resolution of the environment. You hear what no one says. You feel what no one explains. You pick up intentions through looks, breathing, silence. And this applies to others and to yourself. You say, I'm fine, but feel the emptiness behind it. Someone compliments you, but the tone hints at judgment. You read a neutral message and feel the panic hiding underneath. Today, the field no longer hides what speech tries to soften, and that loaded silence may be more honest than any well-crafted speech. That's why you need two channels fully tuned. The outer listening to perceive what vibrates beyond words, and the inner listening to feel if what you're saying truly represents you. Use silence as a radar. Don't fill it with justifications. Don't answer too quickly just to look in control. Stay 1 second longer in silence, and maybe you'll realize you already understood everything without needing an explanation. You try to uphold a story, but your body doesn't cooperate. Your throat goes dry. Your breath locks up. Your energy crashes right after the sentence. That's a warning sign. The Sun-Mercury conjunction is clearing out all space for empty speech. You can try to convince yourself that everything's fine, that it's not a big deal, that it was just a small thing. But if it's not real, your words will start to fail. You forget what you were going to say. You stammer, you contradict yourself, or you simply feel disconnected from the words coming out of your mouth. This is the new field taking hold. It rejects false language. It dismantles rootless arguments. Today, you either speak from truth or your words implode from the inside. And that goes for everything. How you speak to others, how you talk about your own story, and most of all, how you talk to yourself. Words that don't come from the core now turn to dust. Words born from truth become stone. There are things you've felt for a long time, but you've never written them down, never declared them clearly, never given them form. Today is the time to do that, because when the Sun and Mercury meet in the sky, writing becomes a ritual of manifestation. Thought finds direction. An idea finds shape. Speech finds permanence. It doesn't matter if it's a notebook, a phone, a letter. What matters is that you bring it out and put it down. With intention, write a decision, a change that's already begun, an ending that needs to be formalized, a beginning you want to activate, and more if you have contracts to sign, documents to finalize, important proposals to make. This is the energy field for it. Because when a word becomes written during a Cazimi, it takes on solar weight. It's an energetic signature, not just writing pretty things. It's writing with your whole body, with clarity, with power. And don't forget, affirmations work as seals too, but only if spoken truthfully. Don't declare anything your inner system can't sustain, because everything recorded now will require upkeep in the months ahead. You might not feel it today, but what comes out of your mouth now will echo. Words are waves, and the waves of what you say today will crash against the shores of your life for weeks, maybe months. This conjunction is the start of a new internal script. It's where you record your mind's baseline audio, and that audio will play again and again. Every time you doubt, every time you need to decide. So don't speak in a rush. Don't choose words for their effect. Choose them for their alignment. If you say it's over, honor it. If you say I will, get ready to move. If you say yes, carry it through. Because your mind, the sun, and the universe will demand coherence later. You're programming your narrative, not with complex rituals, but with the simple words you say now. The question is, when that echo returns, will you recognize yourself in it? Or regret speaking with a distracted mind? Speak as one who is shaping, because that's exactly what you're doing. The sun illuminates, Mercury translates, but only you choose what to say. Today isn't about being right. It's about being real, about declaring what needs to be born, and silencing what no longer serves. If you felt that, drop a 303 in the comments now. That's the code, the seal of those who choose their words with intention. Write a phrase too. Simple, direct, true. Something you declare today as the foundation of your next phase. And if this hit your mental field, activate this channel too. Subscribe, hit like, because this isn't just content, it's a turning point. And now you know, everything you say will stay.